guys, we're going to talk about how to use your data to write faster, of course. So we're going to run an Alfano 6 today on the mini Moto in order to collect some data and in order to see the writing and how to improve the writing with the data. We're going to geek out at data a little bit. We're going to use the Alfano 6, but you can use so many other systems. You can use the Solo 2. You can use even different apps that you can download on the iPhone or Android called Track Addict and Lit Road Pro, or Lit Pro, sorry, Road, because there's Lit Pro Dirt, which is for the dirt bikes. And to that one, it's just an app running on your phone, but then you have to buy a GPS antenna, which there are different models like the XGPS 160 and so on and so forth. And that way you can make your phone also a lap timer and a data collector. And you know, it's little GPS modules that are like attached to either your helmet or attached to the back of the bike or whatever. The Alfano 6, I find it to be like the most complete system so far. It's mainly used for go-karts at the moment, but I'm surprised that it hasn't picked up popularity in the motorcycle scene. One of the biggest reasons is because it has Bluetooth, so you finish your session, you download it with via Bluetooth the information to your phone. I don't think the Solo 4 can do it, or this the what is it called, the Stealth or something like that. They need a USB stick plugged into them, the AIM ones. But but today we're gonna go to Apex and we're gonna ride the little 150 and get some footage for you guys and see how it goes. Peace.
I love the chase and the hunt, and I set the pace when I'm running. I always give it 100. Don't need a bank, no I'm funded. Play the game like it's nothing. I'm always thinking for something. Don't take for granted. Now wake up! It's time to look at the enemy. Look in the mirror if he is no friend to me. It's not working out, maybe it's the chemistry. It's time to break up so I can make a better me. Better believe in your mind, cause it's everything. You can mold, shape, find anything. All it takes is some time and some clarity to find your identity. It's mind over everything. When I feel like this, I'm a Moto. When I feel like this, I'm a I'm so gone. No, I'm never turning back. I won't stop. I'ma fight until there's nothing left. It's so what? You're gonna be hurting bad. Cause I've been to hell and back. You don't wanna make me mad. I stay strong. You will never see me crack. If you get in my way, you're gonna feel the wrath. Gotta say it to my face while he's looking back. When I hate, I attack. When I feel like this, I'm immortal. When I feel like this, I'm immortal. When I feel like
Welcome back. We are now doing a review of the data that I took out of the Alfano 6. I sunk Alfano 6 with Bluetooth. I took the data from yesterday's run. I took data from this run, and now we have a comparison of the two fastest laps. The one from yesterday, which my fastest lap was 47.72, and from 3 days ago, it was 47.65. So it's like, let's see. Running yesterday with Anthony showed me different lines that he was taking. I was like, you know what? Let me just take the different lines to see if it makes a difference. He is clearly way faster than me, much lighter by probably 100 pounds, 150 pounds, but he's taking these lines and he's so fast in the slow areas. So let me try it out. So let's check it out. So going back to revising the data, here we're going to be able to see multiple things. So at the top left, we have the lap time, but then we have the next categories RPM, which this Alfano is not connected to the spark plug, or it's not connected to the motorcycle, so I won't know the RPM. There's GPS speed, which is tracked by basically the bike is moving, and every time the GPS pings the antenna for the location, I think is the update of every ping is 0.1 seconds. So it pings it and it sees the space in which the pings happen and tells you the speed basically, and you can get some GPS speed. It doesn't come from the speedo. The Alfano is independently sitting on the bike. It's actually not connected or wired to anything. The gearbox, it's not connected to the bike again, so no gearbox. The delta means when you select two laps, say the red one and the blue one, the delta basically tells you the difference in distance between the first lap and the second lap. So right now, the blue guy is 6 feet behind the red guy. And there's a difference in feet. If you look at it to the far right, there's like a total distance clock, basically measures the whole track, and it tells you the distance of the track. Now, the way I use this in this particular area is to see if the lines that I took paid off compared to the ones that I had a couple days prior. Was it faster? In my particular case, was not. Don't know why. I don't know what I need to work on. I don't know what it is to my benefit being heavier or my disadvantage being heavier than Anthony, but taking his lines didn't make me faster. And we're gonna analyze this for a second. So we're gonna watch the lab real quick and kind of like see it from the beginning. So right now, where the 2 points are is what the GPS thinks is the start-stop line for their independent times when it was recorded. So we watch it and we see that the red is ahead of time, the blue is behind, pretty similar lines. The red took a wider line, but the blue one took a shorter line, so it didn't help. The red is still ahead by a little bit. They're kind of neck and neck. They're still neck and neck. When you take a left, this is a big one. When we both took the left, the red one took a shorter path, a tighter path, an open gas, but the blue one, although it went wider, it didn't actually catch up to the blue one. We'll break it down in a little bit. Keep going around. I can see that with the blue one, I'm swaying a little bit around the track. A tighter line on the blue, more aggressive V line on the red, and it kind of paid off for the red guy. So we keep going. Still a bit of a different line here, tighter on the red, wider on the blue, and it didn't make any difference. So I'm gonna pause this real quick. Let's rewind back a touch and see what the differences are. Well, when we started moving forward, the red line, when I started, the red line being yesterday, I used the line Anthony used. Like for example, in this corner, he braked way deeper and swerved and slingshot around the corner. I'm like, let's try it out. But it seems like braking tighter into the corner could have caused a block pass if I was racing with somebody. But it's simply, the red one did slingshot me a little faster than the blue one. But as we're getting to the S's and Apex, it is faster, but I have to cut speed at the point of the left and the right. I can't like keep it pinned. So that slingshot is cool, but it's cool for like a slingshot to a straight, so that you can take the advantage and kind of like, oh, I took the slingshot, I'm a little faster. In this particular S's, doesn't make a difference to go wider because you cut throttle so quick to go into this left and into this right. Again, if we continue going, we pretty much equalized at this point. The blue one stayed more center, and then the red one I try to go a little wider to come in. And I tried with the blue one, like with the yesterday's lab with Anthony, trying to go wider with it, but diving in earlier with the red one kind of made it tighter. And by the time we came out for the slingshot for the straight, like the previous turn that we talked about, in that slingshot, it didn't, like, by the time the bike was in RPM, it didn't make a difference. I did make a mistake on the blue one by swerving to the left and then swerving back into the center, making it basically harder to deal with because I just added feet, I just added distance into the length of the straight, so it didn't help for the blue one to catch up. But hey, you know, there they go. At this point with the blue one, I covered less feet, less feet than before, but the red one is still faster for some reason. My top speed on the blue one is 63 miles an hour, was the red one is 61. So did it slingshot? Did it work to be faster? We can see at the end of the straight, yes. But we can see at the end of the straight, yes. But at the end of the straight, yes, but not enough to catch up at the end of the story. So the top speeds here for both of them were 67 mile an hour. On the yeah, even the red one is faster. So anyway, I keep going, keep decelerating. I'm braking much more aggressive in yesterday's lap. My braking yesterday was crazy aggressive, which doesn't mean it's better, but diving in tighter. The blue line from 2 days ago, I used to get tight and open wide, but this time I followed Anthony's braking marker, which was much wider to the right hand side, like more towards the right side of the track instead of to the left. Usually I dive into the apex. Here I brake straight and I try to make it a wider, kind of like a wider U. And there's a difference. The red did take advantage of that particular braking by a lot. So now I know the next time I go to apex, when I hit this corner, definitely the faster braking point is to go wider and tuck it in earlier, to open gas earlier. So braking farther away to the right and deeper into the track to bring it around is definitely faster than the other one. Less feet as well. And yep, we keep going. Definitely yesterday's lap took advantage of that, and now entering into this one, I kind of pooped it up because the blue one took over. So the blue one, I brake wider and I kind of went deeper into it, and then the red one was tight, but the blue one is catching up. But anyway, this is how you read your lines, and this is how you read the information that comes out of the Alfano. There's another piece of information that comes out of the Alfano too, and it is this. Again, your lap time is at the very top left, your RPM is there, your GPS speed is there, your delta. You have G-force, which is, you know, you're braking forwards, you're accelerating backwards, and kind of like your G-forces on your turns, which helps you deduce probably maybe suspension work. But anyways, it's good to see how hard you're braking or not. Below there's two graphs. One is basically the speed, and another one is the one below is the distance between two bikes. This one doesn't help you too much at seeing the lines because the little track here on the right hand side above the G-force kind of like picture drawer, it doesn't show you too much. It just tells you more or less where you're on the track, but it can show you when you're decelerating, accelerating. So this is what I'm looking in here. When I'm looking at speeds, it's like, okay, I'm approaching a corner, and obviously I'm carrying more speed with one bike, but I'm not. And you see the differences between the two bikes. How much farther ahead is the blue one and the other one behind the red one? How far ahead is the blue one in comparison to the red one? When we're looking at the speeds too, it's like, for example, at the end of the straight right now, I was faster on the red one. So whatever exit I took on the red one really worked for me at the end of the straight. I gained almost a mile an hour over the blue guy, the blue lap from yesterday. So yeah, distance, speed, and this is how you use the data really just read it and ponder through it. When I'm getting at the end of this straight at the moment, the braking of the red was so aggressive that I allowed the blue to catch up, but it sacrificed because it started on my takeoff. I started gaining acceleration. Let's look at another one. Let's see. Let's look at another point of braking, like here, for example. Here, I am fast on the red. I'm faster on the red lap, but as I brake, I can see that the blue is catching up, and look how much the blue could catch up. So I braked too aggressive, and it didn't work for me. So braking too aggressive into that corner doesn't work too much. I exited nicely over there. Actually, from this analysis, now that I look into it, I brake really aggressively to brake earlier. The blue went deeper into the turn, but because I could open gas earlier, let's look at the speed. So although the blue bike is ahead, look at the speed at the top left over here. The red is at 25 mile an hour, the blue is at 24.9, and look at the difference. As soon as I open the gas, although the blue is ahead, 28 mile an hour 0.5 versus 25.4. I'm still kind of like picking up on the blue. So that actually worked. Braking deeper and farther into it. And look, by the time I'm like barely exiting the straight, I'm at 51 mile an hour against a 48. So that braking point, being so aggressive early, helped for the slingshot at the end. And look at the difference, 18 feet, 19 feet of distance. And I now have to brake much more aggressive because I'm getting to the end of the straight at 62 mile an hour. And then when the blue gets to the end of the 61 mile an hour. So the blue brakes more aggressive on that one, and it catches me up. But if we were in a race and then I pull 17 feet worth of distance just because I braked earlier, that's it, man. If you do this over and over and over, you can block the guy, and so on and so forth. But anyway, this is how you study your data. This is how you use it. This is how you learn from it. And it's really, really important that at some point when you're getting really comfortable with the bike and all your position, your body position, your braking, your acceleration, all that theory that is usually beginner stuff is set, and you're into race mode, this is what you need to look into after. It will help you compare what you're doing with yourself. You don't have to go too much into reading other people's data, but just look at yourself and really work on it. And if somebody does give you their data and it's actually from the same software or the same program or whatever, you're like, hey, can I borrow your lap for a second? Can you record it and send it to me? You can probably overlay it on top of yours. So just look at his and look at yours, press play at the same time in both videos, and see, oh shit, he's braking deeper. I can brake deeper. And then with the data, you can look at when you should start braking, when you look at the map. And like in the other graph where you could see the Google Earth, you could see where you need to brake and when you need to turn, etc., etc. Anyway, I want to keep this short. I don't want to make this too boring. It already is too long. But anyway, I hope this helps you guys decode how to use some of the data. All the softwares have the same. They all look different. They all have different type of screens. You'll figure out how to use yours when you buy it. But this is mostly what you're getting. You're getting speed, lap times, braking, and all that stuff, and you see how to read it. Anyway, guys, hope this helped a ton. Keep riding, stay sunny side up. If you want any more tips or tricks on racing, I'll be putting out a little bit of more tips. I'm gonna start doing some coaching out there with some friends. I'm not after like crazy money, or I'm not after trying to profit out of this. I just want to help some friends, and if I can cover the expenses of the track day and my tires, then I'm happy with it, really. And I really like coaching and teaching people and helping them get faster. So if you guys need anything, hit me up. We're in California. We ride Apex, we ride Adams. That's where we are. And yeah, guys, well, peace out. We'll be breaking down more data analysis of bigger tracks like Chocobo and Buttonwillow in the future. But yeah, stick around, subscribe, and all that stuff. Subscribe, like, and help the algorithm and stuff like that. It'll help me a ton. Thank you, fellas. Keep riding. Stay sunny side up. Peace.